Hi guys, welcome back again. So this is Wesley. This is some very rare, precious game development kits. So I would pass it to Wesley to have them introduce. Yeah.
Sure, thanks Paul.
No
Maybe we could start on the right side. So we have a blue and green console. You can see it looks a lot like a PlayStation 1 because it actually has the same shell. But they're actually PlayStation 1 development kits. So these are the units a developer will use to create PS1 games. So there was a blue one, eventually they had a green color one. So although it looks like a PS1, but the internals are actually different. So they allow the developer to create games. I don't know exactly what goes on because I don't really work on the stuff, but yeah, even when you boot up the system, it goes to like a developer screen.
Different, right? Yeah, even if you can see at the back, right, it looks different from the original one. Like the original one, I don't think it's look that way, yeah. But you can see that, yeah, it's a bit more exposed. And I'm not really aware of the development kits, but without the development kits, we won't have the actual console. So can you explain to us like what will appear when you put a PS1 game on the screen?
Some of this they will link up to a PC and then to your television. From what I remember, it will go up to a page that had a lot of numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, and like, oh, do you want to go to the debugger menu, debugging this and emulate this, blah blah blah. Which I have no idea what's going on, but it's just kind of nice to look at.
Yeah, I think to get the game sets, this is actually very rare and they are not for sale. So I think for him to own a piece of history, right, it's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what's some of your favorite PlayStation 1 games?
I was actually a big Sega fan, so I had a Sega Saturn.
Okay.
And I was always rooting for Sega to do well, and PS1 was the one that's just eclipsing it.
Correct.
But of course, at some point, I didn't have a choice. I had to get it because Sega stopped doing stuff, putting out anything good.
Right.
So I had a PS1 very late into the system. I think when I had a PS1, it was like the last year or two of its life. I think Crash Bandicoot 3 came out already. So I was way at the last tail end of the system's life. But it was cool because then I could play back the whole catalog. So I'm playing Metal Gear Solid, Crash Bandicoot.
Those are really
good games. Were really fun. But I think Sega has a big part in my heart.
Like why? So which Sega games you really like? I love Sonic.
Yeah, I think Sonic.
Sonic is
I'm a big Sonic fan. A lot of the Sega games like Panzer Dragoon, those are games that I really liked a lot. They were very special. Yeah, I think the games look a bit better than the PS1 games for some of the 2D games.
Even Daytona, Sega, right?
Yeah,
that's like. Oh, I remember you wanted to own a.
Yeah, I still do.
That's like they still do. Okay. Yeah. So we went to, was it KL? I believe KL with my wife. Then there was a Daytona machine. We were so happy, but it's not working. We put in the coin and be like, oh wait.
Oh man.
But I think Sega was always ahead of their time with their games. I believe. Yeah. Okay. So what about Sega Dreamcast? Dreamcast is Sega also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are some Sega Dreamcast games that you really like? I like Power Stone. You know Power Stone?
Yeah, Power Stone is cool.
That's one of my favorite games.
I think Sega Dreamcast game I liked was actually Sonic Adventure.
Okay.
So that's when Sonic was running in 3D for the first time.
Oh yeah, that's actually like a different world already.
Yeah, so it was mind blowing. I think Sega Dreamcast probably has the most beautiful looking console as well.
Correct.
It was simple, just so pretty.
Yeah, this is a bit smaller, right? Or is it similar to a CD?
Okay. But it was not a CD-ROM.
GameCube was the different one. Yeah, GameCube was the different one. But yeah, I think back then Sega, Nintendo, all this were actually very good. Then the PS1 came out and but why do you think they stopped like developing games at that time?
For Sega? So Sega, I think it came at a point where games were going from 2D to 3D and also at a point where the arcades were changing.
Okay.
So a lot of the Sega Saturn games that came out at the front part were actually arcade ports. Daytona, Virtual Cop, Virtual Fighter. And at the time, people who were playing games at home realized, oh, I don't want to play arcade games. I want to play games that go on an adventure.
Understand. Like
that's where PlayStation came in.
Yeah. Understand.
Yeah.
Do you like Shenmue?
Yeah, the first one.
Very nice, right?